Alright, here we are. I'm standing in the driveway. Let me back up a bit so we could pan. What I really want to do is I want to film the backyard, really. The part of the backyard that is the lounge, resting area, swimming area, fun area. But before I do that, I want to capture the fact that it's literally 21, maybe 20 here, but the high for the day today is 22 degrees. And the date is March 10th. March. The date is November 10th. November 10th, 2010, the year of the COVID, of course. Did I say 2010? What the hell's the matter with me? November 10th, year 2020, the year of the COVID. So really all I want to achieve by filming the driveway here is to have it documented that it's like almost a mild summer day today. I'm in a t-shirt, and 2 weeks ago I couldn't work on a Monday. It's Tuesday today. 2 weeks ago yesterday I couldn't work because it had snowed, and last week the same thing. A week ago today I couldn't work because there was snow on the rooftops. Not much, just enough to make it dangerous. So I just wanted to record that. I don't know if I'll keep it in the actual recording of the video of the what I want to film here, but there it is. So obviously these stairs need to be repaired. They're all crooked and stuff. The walls in the driveway, same thing. I mean, look at that. You can't even see all the way, but it's terrible. I mean, they're falling apart. Right there, you see that patio stone under the fence. That's one of two. There's another one a couple of feet away from it. That's the septic tank. And that's why there's a bump there where the stairs are low and it gets high, and then the patio stones go low again. That's the pipe exiting the house going into the septic tank. That's the only reason that part didn't sink. Why all this moved so much, look how far it is from the wall here. Why all this moved so much, almost since we've been here. The walls in the driveway were already like that, maybe a little less bad, but why all this moved so much, I don't know, in basically the last 6 years. But it's gotten really bad, and I don't know, it doesn't look great. I certainly don't want to spend a fortune on it or break my back on it, but that's another video for another day. So this is it. So I'm coming up the stairs, and I'm going to open the gate, which this too will actually have some modifications to it, some changes to it. I'll get to it at a later time. And basically where this tall pole is, you can see the tall pole here. It's very, very tall. It's an antenna pole. It's been here since we got here. We never use the antenna, of course. Don't even know what it's supposed to capture. From that pole, or between the pole and where the fence ends, maybe where the fence ends, to the walkway here, I'm considering putting a row of bushes or just a fence, a high fence, to give a separation between coming up the stairs here and this side, which is going to be the fun side. Is the fun side. It's going to be more fun side in a year or two. I'll explain later. And this side, which is really the septic tank. I'm not sure what they call it in English. Champ d'épuration. It's like the filtering station. I'm not sure. Station, filtering ground. I mean, from the septic tank here all the way to the end, to the far fence over there, and almost all the way to the fence here, and equally to that side is where all the septic tank stuff filters after it kind of decomposes and stuff. So I forget what it's called in English, and I'm not even sure it's called that in English. It's the same thing, but in French it's champ d'épuration. So filtering field or something. So from basically this point on, what I want to do here, and I don't want to point out how clean it is. Obviously not this area, but the walkway leading up to the pool house there, the grass on the other side of the path, the far side of the path, between this little path on the right and the pool house. That grass looks really great. This grass looks okay. It's grass and weeds mixed with, needles from the trees, the neighbors' trees, and leaves from the neighbors' trees that we kind of mulched up a little bit when we cut the grass a few weeks ago. But I could envision how beautiful this is going to be when all this stuff is gone, all of it, between the pool house and this fence. I would love for all of this to be gone. Maybe keep a little corner here, but lower the level, ground, come back to the main level here of everything else, and make it like a little fire pit area here, maybe, but not necessarily. Either way, if it's not that, I'm thinking of from the pool house all the way to here to this fence, this little corner here fence. Okay, it's like a little nook here, a little corner area. From basically the pool house to here to there, a nice permanent, I don't know, I call it a permanent gazebo, but like a structure with posts holding it up and a roof end to end, so we could have literally all our activities, all our undercover area here. We could lounge around in a lounge or chat set. We could have another area kind of in the middle where we could watch some TV or stuff like that. Maybe that would be at the far end, the TV and lounge area. In the middle we would have the dining area here, and at the far end over here we would have, and when I say dining, I mean like dining slash and a very spacious one slash bar area. We would have a nice little bar there, stereo that's always there, speakers at either end, and of course speakers by the pool, which we're about to get to. And like I said, over here, if it's not an uncovered fire pit area, it'll be part of that. It'll be part of all that stuff, So I'm not sure what I would do with that space. Maybe even a sauna eventually, but I don't know. And in this area where I'm talking about a lounge set and a bar and stuff, I would put an outdoor fireplace through the roof. I would make a chimney, and it would be like an indoor fireplace maybe, but I would put it, under the gazebo, so we would be able to heat ourselves in the spring and the fall. And of course, for the ambiance, it would be amazing. So I'm going to walk us from, basically, I'm going to take it back now, and I'm going to walk us from where I came up the stairs here. These tires are going to disappear, and the ones that are uncovered are garbage, and the ones that are covered are going to be switched out for Silva's summer tires, which I'm going to go put in the shed after, and when she changes them. So come up these stairs. There's going to be a fence right around here where I described, like, I don't know, 10 feet from the path. So right around here will be a fence giving separation. So when you're at that end coming this way, you don't see all the far end of the property, which isn't all that pretty. It's mostly vacant and mostly has to stay that way for now. We have a garden there, Dylan's play area, but from what you see when you're coming down this path, you don't see most of that. Anyway, so I'm going to walk us towards the pool area. And again, try and envision over here like a covered, sheltered area, permanent gazebo with that stuff I mentioned. This I would change. On the left here, I would change these river rocks all the way behind the house. I would get rid of them and put down obviously a geotextile, a very good one, maybe a couple layers of it, and some mulch, because I don't like the look of the river rocks. Maybe not mulch, I would find something to put there, maybe even more patio stones, I don't know. And so when you come this way, you can see how vast it is, how long it is. This is our new balcony, which we kind of screwed up and went with, composite stuff instead of fiberglass, a one-piece fiberglass. But, it does the trick. And yeah, so you come down this way and you get to the pool house, which would literally house all the pool stuff, and maybe we'd put a toilet in there. I don't know just to what point, how far I would go with the toilet, if I would do plumbing, real plumbing, or if I would just do like a chemical toilet or something. But yeah, it would be more of a pool house changing area slash, you know, storage area in winter and stuff like it is now. Nothing much would change here except, and I'm going to back up here. I'm going to pan from where, I'm going to back up to where basically the first part of the permanent gazebo would be, and I would be standing in it right now, and this would be kind of the view from the lounge area. And right here you could see the, you know, the pretty big size of the yard, right? It's the side yard, but it's basically like our backyard. You can see the size of it. It's very nice. Now, two things I would like to, well, three things, but two things I could do pretty quick is, obviously, if I have a permanent gazebo here, the one we're looking at right now would be gone. So try to envision this area without that gazebo structure, right? So it's a wide open area, fully intimate. So you have the big high bushes there, the new bushes we installed 4 or 5 years ago there. It's fully intimate, this area, and that's part of the reason I want to build the fence or a bush wall over there where I mentioned. And yeah, so that would be basically where the gazebo is. We would potentially put a parasol, a big size parasol, and a couple of tanning chairs, and Silva would be able to do her tanning there instead of on the grass. We wouldn't have to necessarily put anything on the grass, which eventually I would maybe change and put instead of the grass, I would put wood or more patio stones like the ones that you see here. I really like that look. They're easy to take out and stuff and put back. So that's probably something I would look into when we hire somebody to excavate where I'm standing now to do the permanent gazebo. I'd probably excavate that area too and try and get it as level as possible to eventually drop some stone and, you know, some 3/4 crushed stone and some patio blocks there, and eventually finally you know, get that place to look good and have the least amount of upkeep possible, like maintenance possible, like grass cutting and stuff. So this is it. This is what I'm trying to say. Look how vast, how big it is, and look how nice it is when it's clean, when there's no leaves all over the place and those stupid what you see here in the grass, those pine needles. This is always what we get in the fall, and usually have to clean up still in the spring. These are our decoration boxes, which we'll do more stuff like that eventually too. Our for the moment, our fireplace, our outdoor fireplace, our tree area, which is very nice the way it's done. Another thing I would like to change here is I would like to change this flower bed on the left, right here. I would like to make that patio stones as well, like the ones I'm walking on the path. Again, just to reduce the upkeep, we could put some potted flowers or whatever in there. And the same thing here. I would like to do it myself or hire somebody, doesn't matter, whatever gets it done the fastest, and if I could afford it. But both these levels of path here in front of the shed, the one on the left in front of the main shed and the one on the right in front of the two side sheds, I would like to lower. I would like to lower so that all the path is on the same level, and all these flower beds in front here that are all crooked and stuff, I would like to do away with entirely. And over here the same, all these river rocks I would like to do away with entirely and just put more of these patio blocks all the way to the fence though. Right to the fence. So all the patio stones here I would like to get rid of and put patio blocks right to the fence if I can. You know, I don't know what's underground there, but there's only one way to find out. And that's about it. And the other thing I would like to do here is I would like to hook up this slide, this pool slide, hook it up to the filter so that you have some running water going down the slide all the time. We could use it whenever we want. It would look good, and it would be very functional. And that's it. So this is the part I'm saying, where the grass is, where I would like to have it excavated at the same time to a level where even if it's below this level here, where the surrounding the pool, if it's lower than that but higher than this, it doesn't matter. I don't care if I have 3 or 4 levels. I would just like to have something here that would be no maintenance. And of course, the best thing is more of these patio stones. So that would be that is my dream scenario here. And well, this is just a view of what it looks like from where I'm standing. And again, it gives you an idea of the vastness. I'm going to back up to the edge of the path, all the way to the bushes, and it gives you an idea of the vastness of our property, really, of our pathway for sure. Gives you an idea of the vastness. So maybe this too, I would come all the way to the bush and this way as much as I can with more patio stones. But I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Again, I know here you have obviously the pool hoses going underground all the way to the pool. So I don't know how deep they are, and I don't know if I want to fool around with that to bring patio stones all the way to the bush. I'm not sure about that. But I would certainly like to lower this level of the patio stones, get rid of these flower bed, huge flower bed stones, and put, again, potted flowers right here under each window. That's a window I would like to fix too. Under each window I would like to put the potted flowers. And that's it. So it's just to give you an idea. And see, you can see from here, right after the pool house, all that fence area would be our lounge area. It would be our lounge / dining and bar / not sure what we're going to do with that far end, or even if we're going to cover it. But you could get a perspective of how much more functional this yard would be with patio stone instead of grass here, and a permanent gazebo after the pool house there. Oh, I forgot to mention too, and I know it's a lot of stone, everywhere stone. I get it, I understand. I just think it has to be functional, and it isn't with grass. It's not just not functional, but it's high maintenance. But what I wanted to say too is when they come to excavate that area, eventually for me to do the permanent gazebo, not only am I going to have them, or I hope I'm going to be able to have them excavate here and just enough to level it to an even level for me to work on it later, but I want to have them excavate here too and take out all this stupid patch of grass, these stupid poles that were obviously eventually at one point designed to put a hammock there, but there's a lot of bugs here. It's close to the neighbor's fence. It's it's above well, maybe that's a good thing that it's above grass, but we never use it. We never did. It's not my thing. I don't really like it at all, and I think I would benefit from having an expanded patio section all the way to the pool house there, right? Just to continue this from basically this area here where the trees are, that surround the trees. This area all the way to the pool house would be more stone. I'm not sure what I would do with that area. Again, maybe a chat set or something, and a parasol to keep the bird poop off it. But I would love to see that as opposed to this stupid grass and these stupid poles. And to get back to where I was saying, just try to imagine from this perspective, this whole area, which is pretty damn big. I think it's 40 something feet. The house is 50 feet, and it's basically the exact same length as the house, just a little shorter. So it's got to be 40 something feet of what I would like to eventually do, make a patio block floor or wood, whatever would make the most sense. But more importantly is the covering, a permanent gazebo, right, with poles and a nice roof. Even if the roof is only on a one direction slant instead of two like the pool house, it would be great. It would be a permanent structure where we could basically escape the sun, escape the rain, even store stuff in winter, and just have a more comfortable and functional space out here. So that's it. That far side there, I wanted to do something with that corner platform, and maybe I will, but it's so not a priority. I got a couple things I'd rather do before I touch that, because it's just not an area where I sit. Still might do something about it, but for me, my dream is really this area here. This area here, putting a permanent structure, giving us also intimacy, more intimacy, because I would put a back wall on it, by the way. It would be a permanent structure, but with a back wall. Permanent gazebo with a back wall, maybe 7-8 feet high in the back, and giving us more intimacy with the neighbor in the back, much more, even from the kitchen window, which is right behind me here. I often look out this kitchen window when I'm doing, whatever, and I'm drawn into like looking over the fence, and there's really nothing to look at, and when there is, it's like, I don't care, like, why, it's just out of curiosity because it's there. But when I also look out that window and imagine, instead of what I'm seeing, that permanent gazebo, and it just excites me. It would be such a massive good thing to do, to take over this space and make it useful and functional, because it's always been a kind of a wasteland, a flower bed wasteland, and I could see it being so much more useful, so much more beneficial, with being a lounging area and a dining area where we could put our outdoor dining room, dining table and chairs and such, and maybe even barbecue. And that's it. So I just wanted to show anyway just how nice this property looks right now, with a clean grounds, right? Not perfectly perfect shape and perfect condition, but clean. It looks so nice, clean. You have a contrast in dry patio stones and damp ones, and that's because, again, we're November 10th, and in the morning there's some, often some dew on the ground everywhere here, and when the sun comes out on a day like today, it dries out where the sun reaches, but it doesn't really reach that area, and if it does, it doesn't for long, because it's not as high in the sky as it is in summer and stuff. It's lower. I'm not sure it gets over those bushes, and if it does, again, not for long. I think it kind of mostly, over there in the morning, and quickly moves to that side and doesn't have enough time to really dry out that area. So that's it. That's my video of how vast our stone pathway is, how nice it looks when it's clean, which is a huge thing for me, and my plans to change it more to my liking over time, hopefully starting next year.